LeBron James all the way in.
And here comes Simmons the other way, 3-on-2. Simmons eludes the defender and lays it in with that.
Certainly the length altered that shot. Out of the window, steps and crunches.
Play right there. Porzingis from Jennings, throw down and a foul.
Irving, splits the defense with the dribble.
I think it's time for the Thanksgiving special.
Thanksgiving special. All right, Bert, let us know what this Thanksgiving special is going to be. I need to know.
All right, guys. So, Thanksgiving is a time for family, for friends to get together, enjoy a good time, good feast. But we want to know, if you were to compare the feast to NBA players, what would each of those items compare to those NBA players?
Okay, I like this idea.
So let's start it off. I think if we're gonna go with the obvious choice, the turkey.
Who is the turkey on the table?
Who is the turkey on the table? Who would be like? Usually it's a go-to guy. It's someone that you can rely on, you can trust, no matter how it's cooked, no matter how it's prepared. Turkey is still turkey, and it'll always taste good.
I think this one's pretty easy.
LeBron James?
It's got to be LeBron James.
It's got to be LeBron James.
He's the turkey of the NBA in a good way. I don't mean I'm not calling him out. You can always go to a LeBron James game and count on seeing something special.
I mean, you're always counting on at least 28-8 a game.
Always. Because he is just that good. Every single year, every game, every season. He's the man. Let's move on. That was the easy one. Everybody knew LeBron James was going to be the turkey. Expect him in the thumbnail. It better be LeBron James on a turkey.
On a turkey. Let's move on to the next one. Who's the gravy?
The gravy. Who's the gravy on top? You put the gravy on top of everything. This might take me a second. Do you have an idea of who your pick is?
I want to say it's Steph Curry.
I want to pick one of his teammates, not him though.
Draymond, maybe?
I'm picking Draymond Green.
Draymond does the gravy.
I think Draymond's the gravy. Because I talk a lot of trash about Draymond Green. I actually love Draymond Green. I don't know if you know this. I actually really like him. I just talk a lot of shit about him.
So is it kind of like your love with the gravy?
It is kind of like, the gravy is like, it's not really good for you, but, I mean, you just want to see more and more of it.
Yeah.
That's Draymond Green. Like, he has a lot of issues on the court, gets in his fights, upsets your stomach a little bit, but when it comes to the game, he makes every game better.
I mean, that's hard to argue. I mean, the only reason I picked Steph Curry as the gravy is because it adds a little bit more flavor, more excitement to an already great turkey. And I think the way he shoots the three ball is just that excitement. But, I mean, I think Draymond Green is a more appropriate answer. I think him as the gravy just makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time to move on to who are the carrots and peas of the...
The carrots and peas. Who do I not want to see on my plate?
Oh,
man, this is tough.
I'm trying to think. Who would be like... You know what? I'm just going to call them out. I'm calling the Brooklyn Nets. They are the carrots and peas.
Well, you're just picking the whole team.
I'm picking the whole team.
Honestly, I had your idea who you were going to pick before you said it. I thought you were going to pick Blake Griffin.
No.
I thought that's who you were picking. Carrots and peas. Shit, that's really tough.
I think the reason why I picked the Brooklyn Nets is because most people don't like carrots and peas. They don't like the veggies. Mm-hmm. And that's what the Brooklyn Nets seem to me in New York. They're the fake team of New York. They're just recently new. No one really likes them that much, and they're usually left on the side of the plate. You'll have your couple of diehard peas and carrots fans wanting to grab a scoop.
Some diehard peas and carrots fans out there.
But that's like what I'm going with as my peas and carrots of the NBA.
I'm going to take your team idea.
All right.
I'm going to pick the Atlanta Hawks.
The Atlanta Hawks?
I just don't care about the Atlanta Hawks. Like, see, that's the thing. Like, I don't necessarily hate the carrots and peas. I just don't want to see the carrots and peas on my plate when it's Thanksgiving time. That's the same thing with the Atlanta Hawks. I don't hate them. I just don't want to see them. I just don't care what they're doing. John Collins, he's all right. I just don't care about the rest of them. We're both looking up, just so that you guys know, we're both looking up popular Thanksgiving foods so we don't forget.
All right. The real one is, who are the mashed potatoes?
The mashed potatoes. See, I feel like this is like you get a ton of this and you fill yourself up with it, right? and it's good. It's real good, but you just are like, you get so much of it that you're just trying to fill your stomach up. I'm picking James Harden.
James Harden.
James Harden is the mashed potatoes of my Thanksgiving team.
Okay.
Because he's just like, see, this could have been LeBron James too, but I'm gonna pick James Harden just from the offensive standpoint. Like, he's always doing everything on offense, so you're getting a lot of him. There's a lot of him in front of you, and it's all like every bite is good.
Yeah.
It could be Carmelo Anthony, conversely. Like, it could be him too.
I could see that just because.
Or Russell Westbrook. Now I've conflicted myself. I'm gonna stick with James Harden though.
Yeah, I think it's either between Russell Westbrook or Carmelo Anthony. The mashed potatoes, of course, mashed potatoes, they taste good, they look good, but if you eat too much of it, you get sick, and it's not really good for you. And I think that's what Carmelo's stat line does, and that's what Russell Westbrook's stat lines do.
Okay.
They're good, you like them, but they're just empty. It's empty calories, basically. So it's empty stats.
Okay.
That's where I'm going from
All right.
that perspective.
See, saying it like that, now I want to change my mind. I'm going to pick Russell Westbrook. Who did you pick?
Russell Westbrook or Carmelo?
I'm picking Russell Westbrook. He's my pick for mashed potatoes because he's an empty stat line. Even though it's crazy, kind of empty.
Kind of empty.
Let's move on. I have this idea, all right?
Okay.
Because I was conflicted, right? Cranberry sauce or the yams.
The yams, okay.
Because they're both real good, right?
Right.
I like them both. But one is a little bit more consistently good than the other.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with the less consistent, and I'm going to say the yams is my Damian Lillard.
Damian Lillard.
Because I feel like you can watch a lot of Damian Lillard games. They're always pretty good, right? But every once in a while, he puts up 40 points, and he's an animal on the court.
Right.
Damian Lillard is like, he's consistent, but he has his like breakthrough moments where sometimes your aunt brings over those yams and they're next level good. Or, you make them yourself, they're okay. Damian Lillard is the yams.
Damian Lillard is the yams, huh? Oh, I'm going to have to think about what the yams would be. A very inconsistent player. I think John Wall is the yams.
Ooh, that's a good shout too.
Because I think the same premise as you. I think the fact that he's very inconsistent, but when he's good, is John Wall. When his shot is on point, there's no one stopping him. But when his shot's not there and he's not really scoring the ball as much, the yams are a little bit stale. They don't taste as good, and you're yelling at your grandma because you will expect home quality good cooking.
Some good yams. This is my favorite segment we've ever done.
This is great. All right, who is the dinner roll of the NBA?
Dinner roll.
Because
Are we talking good dinner rolls, or are we talking okay?
We're talking just dinner roll, your Costco dinner rolls. I don't know. I mean, whether it's a good or bad thing, that's up to you guys. But dinner rolls. I want to do the dinner roll thing for Russell Westbrook and Carmelo again because I think that makes more sense.
Empty? No, I think it's mashed potatoes. I think mashed potatoes is a perfect shout for.
I'm trying to think what would be dinner rolls. Good for you, but in large quantities is going to be really bad.
Ooh.
That's where I'm going with dinner rolls.
See, I'm going to pick a player that most people aren't going to think of in this. I'm going to pick Dion Waiters.
Dion Waiters.
Dion the Waiters.
Dion the Waiters.
Dion the Waiters. That's my pick for this one. Because I feel like more so than Russell. I don't know, man. Dion Waiters is like, I love him. Syracuse alum. And I really like the way he plays. But then he has games where he shoots 0 for 12 and gets 0 points. But then he also has games where he goes absolutely crazy and scores 35. He's my pick.
And that's a great shout. I was actually thinking about that.
Dion Waiters.
Dion Waiters is
the roll.
The dinner roll. I mean, if we could go past players, I'd probably say like a Kevin Love.
I mean, you could still pick. I mean, he's still in the NBA.
Yeah, but Kevin Love. I'm going to go with. I'm going Kevin Love. I'm going Kevin Love for the dinner rolls.
You went Kevin Love with the dinner roll.
And that is because with Kevin Love, if you get great quality dinner roll bread, it's so good.
Okay.
It's delicious, and you can't have enough of it. But when you get that old stale bread that grandma left out 2 weeks before, I don't know why I'm dissing grandmas here. That's just the gimmick that's going on here. But
hard on grandmas.
But like I said, if it's old and stale, just like Kevin Love's inconsistent play, then your dinner rolls aren't going to be very good. And we see from stat lines time to time that Kevin Love doesn't produce the great stats.
Okay.
And that is my shout for dinner rolls.
So let's go on to the next one.
What you got?
Cranberry sauce.
Sauce.
See, I had this debate between cranberry sauce and yams.
Okay.
Originally, my pick for cranberry sauce, because it's super underrated, right? Cranberry sauce really is underrated. Underutilized, just underappreciated. So originally, my pick was Damian Lillard, Dame Lil. But I'm not picking him anymore. I told you, he's yams. I'm picking Kawhi Leonard. For the cranberry sauce. Super consistent.
That could have been the dinner rolls.
Super consistent. Kind of brings everything together. I feel like he's a good shout for the cranberry sauce. He kind of goes with everything, You can always count on Kawhi Leonard to play like Kawhi Leonard, right?
Right.
You can always count on cranberry sauce to taste like cranberry sauce.
The sauce.
Sauce it up.
I'm going for the cranberry sauce since we're talking about a little bit of sauce. I'm going to go with James Harden as the cranberry sauce for a different reason. Cranberry sauce, exciting, tastes great, something that is a lot different than most other items on the dinner plate, and that's what James Harden is to me offensively.
Okay.
The dude is exciting. The dude brings a different aspect to the game, and I mean, obviously, he always likes to cook it up.
Cook it up.
And like little Uzi Vert says, sauce it up. And that's what James Harden is to me, the cranberry sauce for the vegan families.
All right, continuing on for our Thanksgiving special, NBA special. I'm going to just do a quick shout out. We were discussing this one. We couldn't figure out what we wanted to do for Kristaps Porzingis, the Porzingod. So we decided to look up some Latvian food. I'm just going to say he's the potato pancake of the NBA.
The potato pancake.
In a good way. Because potato pancakes,
they are pretty good.
They're pretty good, right? I mean, Kristaps is better than pretty good. But, that's the only food.
A very underrated item. I think once, if you're from Latvian descent and that's like your thing, you'll definitely see the rise of the potato pancake going in many homes across the nation.
I like that. That was a good way to bring it all together.
Another shout, because our Fusion Corp sponsor, although we don't have any right now, Perrier water is obviously our boy Giannis Antetokounmpo. Something that, this is just from my personal experience, I wasn't a big fan of Perrier water, but as soon as I don't know what, I just got this taste for it, and it just became something that boomed out of nowhere. And I think that's what Giannis was. A dude that started off kind of shaky, and then, 5 years later, boom. He's here, and he's...
Best thing in your mouth.
Pause.
Ooh.
Definitely pause. But, since we started the Fusion Corp channel, since we boomed, Perrier boomed, and so did not Kristaps.
We own Perrier.
We own it. Perrier, we want that sponsor.
We don't own you. Just sponsor us.
But Giannis is that boom. He came out of nowhere to become this great, awesome player.
He's just nice.
And Perrier water's here to stay.
So is Giannis. Let's move on. Honey ham. I don't really like the honey ham, but I respect the honey ham.
Right.
So for me, I'm going to pick Steph Curry.
Steph Curry's the honey ham.
I don't really like Steph Curry, but I respect what Steph Curry does. So I'm going to pick Steph Curry for this one.
Okay.
He's my honey ham.
That sounds like that's like a pet nickname that you two have for each other. The honey ham, to me, I think it's a beastly item if you're a ham lover. I'm more of a turkey guy. But if you're a ham guy, someone that is tough, strong, and willing to put in the work, and that to me is Boogie Cousins. Boogie Cousins is the honey-made ham.
See, I would have agreed with you if I liked honey ham more. I just really don't like honey ham. I really like Boogie, though.
I like Boogie, and I don't mind honey ham, but I think where I get honey ham from is that it's just one of those items that's for the tough, the grinders.
The grinders, all right. What other items do we got to discuss? We got some more. Stuffing. Let's go with
The stuffing. How could we forget the stuffing?
Stuffing is the MVP, really. For me, stuffing is my favorite.
Stuffing is your MVP, okay.
But I'm not going to pick my favorite player to be the stuffing because I don't think he's a very good fit for the stuffing. Do you have an idea for the stuffing?
Stuffing.
I have an idea. I'm going to pick stuffing. I'm going to say stuffing the stats.
Stuffing
the stats. Joel Embiid is my stuffing.
Joel Embiid is your
He
stuffing.
stuffs those stats. Stuffs it up. Who did we say was the turkey? LeBron James?
LeBron James.
He's stuffing LeBron.
Pause. There's a lot of pausing going on in this.
Yeah,
in
no,
this
but
Thanksgiving
I'm
special.
just going to go with the stat stuffers. I'm going to pick Joel Embiid for this one. Could have been Russell Westbrook, too. I almost said Russell Wilson. Could have been Russell Westbrook, too, though. But I'm going to pick Joel.
For stuffing, I'm gonna go with Kevin Durant.
Okay, why? Give me some
The reason why I'm going Kevin Durant is because stuffing is full of just random stuff. Just, whether it's fake Twitter accounts, fake everything.
Wow.
All that stuffing just leads up to a nice old stuffing of Kevin Durant.
Those were some shots.
And that's who my stuffing is for this Thanksgiving feast.
All right. So let's go into the pies, all right?
Pies, all right.
We have a couple more food items after pies to discuss, I think. But let's go to the pies. Because
Okay.
I think any given Thanksgiving dinner you go to, there's going to be at least 2 pies, right?
Right.
So let's just pick 2 pies.
All right.
I think it's obviously pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
And then for me, I've seen a lot of pecan pies at
Pecan.
Thanksgiving.
I think pecan is.
Is it those are the 2?
I think those are the 2.
I ain't never going for the pecan pie over pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin
So I
pie's
want
the
to pick.
goat.
They're both good, real good, but I'm always going for pumpkin over pecan. And I'm gonna pick 2 teammates for this one.
Okay.
Boogie Cousins is the pumpkin pie because that's who I come to watch.
Okay.
Anthony Davis is the pecan pie because I like watching him, real good. I just don't necessarily prefer him to the pumpkin pie.
Okay.
Those are my 2 picks.
All right. For my pick, for pumpkin pie, I'm going with Joel Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is because pumpkin pie is delicious, it tastes good, and it's just a very good go-to. It just depends on how it's made, and
Always
if it's, because Costco pumpkin pie is pretty good for me.
Pumpkin pie is always good.
And I think Joel Embiid is that good. He's only maturing,
Okay.
and I think pumpkin pie will be there as a staple for Thanksgiving for a very long time until some new pie, which I doubt, some new pie comes in out of nowhere.
Who's the new pie? Who's your pick for top 5 pies? I don't know. Who was your pecan pie?
Oh, my pecan pie. My pecan. I'm going to go with Karl Anthony Towns, comparing those 2 together because people prefer the pumpkin pie. Even though the pecan pie is still good, people just like pumpkin pie more.
Okay.
And pecan pie, although it's not my favorite, it's still a solid pie. It's a go-to pie.
Pumpkin pie is a little bit more outspoken.
Pumpkin pie is a little bit more outspoken, and pecan pie is just good, and it does its job. But it's still,
I like that.
still an amazing pie.
I like what you did there. Let's talk about a few food items that nobody likes at the Thanksgiving dinner
Oof.
table. People just avoid green bean casserole. That is you've seen it at Thanksgiving dinners though, right?
I've seen it, and it's definitely a no-go.
What the hell is that?
I don't know what X. I'm trying
Don't
to
do that again.
Just the X.
Don't do that again. Who's our green bean casserole?
Green bean
I'm trying
casserole.
to think of somebody I just really don't like watching.
Who is the green bean casserole? It has to be maybe I don't want to
I'm gonna pick somebody.
All
I'm
right.
gonna pick not a superstar anymore, but I'm gonna pick him anyway.
Okay.
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard is the casserole, huh?
He's my green bean casserole of the other
Okay.
day. I don't really like Dwight Howard. I think he's real soft, kind of squishy, real slimy. I don't like him. Green bean casserole, I don't like you either. Dwight Howard belongs in the green bean casserole discussion. He's still like a Hall of Famer, though. That's the thing. Like you know he's been around for a long time, and at one point the ingredients of the green bean casserole weren't that bad. Dwight Howard.
I mean, the same could be said for a potential one of my favorite players of all time,
All right.
Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade at this point in his career could be
Dwayne Wade at this point in his career is the potato casserole.
potato.
Or not potato.
The green beans.
The green bean casserole. Someone that, if it's done right, like in the past, when like your grandma or your mom or your aunt made it, tasted awesome, tasted excellent. You went for it many times. But now that, unfortunately, your grandma, your aunt passed away. not to be dark about this, but they pass away. Someone new steps in. Maybe your stepdad, your sister's new boyfriend, your brother's new girlfriend come in to make this casserole. It just doesn't taste good. It doesn't taste good. It's not the same, and you're not having any of it.
We've had enough.
We've had enough. Dwayne Wade, I love you, man.
That's harsh on Dwayne Wade, though.
It's harsh, but
I can see it, though. I can see it.
But when it was good, it was good.
Okay. All right, let's get another one going.
Okay.
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
You see those at Thanksgiving.
Right.
Who's my Brussels sprouts? Because this isn't as bad as green bean casserole for me.
Okay.
But I don't like it. I'm trying to think of who I would pick.
Brussels sprouts. That's a tough one.
This one's pretty tough.
Someone that's like...
It's just kind of boring.
It's boring. It's plain. I mean, I don't know if I want to say it.
Just say it.
Kawhi Leonard.
Ooh, that's harsh. I love Kawhi, though.
But the thing is, I do love Brussels sprouts, though. I might be the only person in the world that likes Brussels sprouts.
Wow. All right, so we're talking Brussels sprouts on two different wavelengths.
But I like Brussels sprouts. Like you said, it is plain. It is boring. But it gets the job done.
Okay, I'm going to pick somebody from your team you're wearing on your shirt right now.
Okay.
Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert is the Brussels sprouts, huh?
He just kind of bores me,
Okay.
I mean, I like him on defense, all right? Sometimes I like a Brussels sprout, But for the most part, I kind of avoid them. They're just kind of boring, and I would rather get some other stuff inside me. Pause.
Major pause. This is the pause Thanksgiving special.
I'm killing the pause game tonight.
What about corn? I don't know if we talked about
We
corn.
didn't talk about corn. Who's the corn of the NBA?
Someone that's sweet. Someone that... that sounds a
Who's
little...
sweet? Who's a little sweet in the NBA? Who's a sweet boy?
Man. There's some paused moments.
Who's the sweetest boy in the NBA? This is funny though.
Someone that's really good, but he needs, in some people's cases, butter to make him better.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with. I'm going with Klay Thompson.
Ooh, Klay Thompson's a good shout.
I think Klay Thompson is really good on his own, but if you put that extra little butter on him, whether it's Curry or Durant or Draymond Green, makes him a lot better.
That was
in some people's opinions.
That was a pause moment too. That was pause worthy.
Is that pause worthy?
I'm gonna pick Kyrie.
Kyrie.
I'm gonna pick Kyrie as the corn because he just seems kind of like a sweet guy,
Yeah.
But maybe not always in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
In sometimes. No. I'm changing it. I'm changing my pick. I'm changing to his teammate. He's hurt, but I'm picking him.
Oh, I thought you were
I'm
going
picking
Al
Gordon.
Horford.
I'm picking Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward just seems like a sweet dude.
Yeah, he plays a lot of video games.
He just seems like a nice guy. Playing video games doesn't make you a nice person.
No, but it makes him relatable.
Yeah, but I'm still saying Gordon Hayward just seems like a nice dude.
Okay.
I watched a lot of interviews with him. Seems like a nice guy. I'm picking him. Macaroni and cheese, which we were doing some research, popular Thanksgiving foods, and apparently that's pretty popular on Thanksgiving. I don't think either of us really see macaroni and cheese on our tables, but we'll pick it anyway, right? This is kind of a carb filler, kind of fits in, but it's a little bit better than most of the other carb fillers because it's got that cheese, right?
It's got that cheese.
So my pick for this, I haven't used him yet, is James Harden.
All right.
He's the mac and cheese for me.
Okay.
Because he's much more positive as far as the carb filling than the others. But he's my pick. He's my pick. I like him.
For my mac and cheese, I'm obviously going to go with Kyrie. His handles are something that our boy Chris Smoove that we like to watch. It's some cheese. The handles,
Some cheese. I like what you did there.
some handles. The handles are great. Great food. Not sure if it fits in with Thanksgiving, in my opinion, but it is one of those foods that you could just have
Okay.
for a long time. Fills the stat sheets. Tastes really good.
Bill's the stat sheet.
And can be eaten on its own without the help of a turkey.
Yeah. I like it. Let's do the last two.
All right, last two.
One for the kids, one for the adults.
All right.
So let's talk some apple cider. Non-alcoholic apple cider for the kiddos. You know, they got to drink something too. So who's kind of like the sweet after dinner kind of taste? You just like, you know, it's like a little
Like just compliments it all.
complements everything.
I got a shout.
Give me your shout. I'm still thinking.
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons as the apple cider, a dude that does everything right, compliments everybody on his team. Ben Simmons is the point guard. He orchestrates everybody. I mean, you could put any point guard really, but I think Ben Simmons is more of a pass forward.
Okay.
He passes first. So I think using the apple cider as the example, just something that complements the whole meal together. Something that, no, I won't say that because that'll sound a little sus, but
Would be par for the course for this segment.
for the segment, but someone that just completes the whole meal together is all I'm just really gonna say.
So I'm gonna pick somebody who's a little bit more kid friendly. Still complements everything. This one's tough. I'm gonna pick Mike Conley.
Mike Conley.
Mike Conley is the apple cider for
Okay.
the kids because I feel like Michael Conley. I'm his mother now. Mike Conley is just like kind of a quiet dude.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't make a lot of headlines, but he's always there. Makes everybody on the team better.
Okay, that's a great shout.
Mike Conley.
I actually really like Michael Conley.
Michael Conley. You called him that too.
I don't know why. It's just a habit, I guess.
We're very motherly here.
Next, well, it would make sense for Thanksgiving special.
So now, last one. We're gonna end it off. We're the adults. A little glass of red wine after your Thanksgiving meal. Who's the red wine to cap off a nice evening?
The red wine to cap off a nice evening. Someone that just... It has to be LeVar.
LeVar Ball?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
It's like he's not in the NBA.
I just... Red wine to complement everything.
This one's a little tough because I feel like there's a lot of people who could fit into this.
Yeah, I mean, like a LeBron would be like one that I would think of.
See, I'm trying to think of somebody who's not like a focus of a team. You know, they're kind of just there doing their thing. Like a good shout, I'm not gonna pick this person, would be Marc Gasol. Is a good shout, but I'm not picking him because I don't think he's not adult enough. You know, he seems like a nice guy too. He's not out there calling people out. So I'm gonna pick somebody I mentioned a little bit earlier for his trash talk. I'm gonna pick Devin Booker.
Devin Booker.
Because I feel like Devin Booker is like, you're never watching that game in prime time. The Suns, you're not watching them prime time. You're watching them at the end of the night if you have nothing else to do. You're watching the Suns game to see Devin Booker score 36 points.
Okay.
He's talking trash. He's kind of plays a little rough. You might get a little buzzed. You might have a stomach ache. Devin Booker.
Devin Booker, all right. That's a good shout. I'm trying to still think of one for me. Something that just complements the team, isn't really the starter.
Andre Iguodala would be a good shout for this too.
He would be a great shout. Oh, who's that sixth man? You know what? I don't know if he still plays anymore. Jamal Crawford.
He does play.
Who's he play for?
He plays for
The Timberwolves.
the Timberwolves.
Yes. Jamal Crawford is the red wine.
Caps off a nice evening.
Caps off a nice evening. You don't expect a lot out of it because it's just one glass.
Mm-hmm.
But if the one glass just gets you buzzed, you get a lot more out of it.
Okay. See, another really good option for this too would have been Isaiah Thomas. Because
Thomas.
he's kind of like comes in right at the end, does his thing. You know, that's
Yeah.
your red wine. Wraps up the whole evening very nicely.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, tell us what you thought about our little impromptu Thanksgiving special.
In the comments down below, put down who you think did we get the items right for the food? And if there's not an item that we had, put it down below and let us know what food item that was, or like what NBA player is that food item? Because we'd love to know.
We thought this was a little unique. I don't think I've never seen anybody.
I've never
do
seen
this.
anybody do it. And
It's a good idea though. Think about it. part of the Thanksgiving dinner has a part to play, has a role that it needs to perform. And just like the NBA, there are certain players that need to perform certain roles for the league. LeBron brings everything together. That's why he's the turkey, guys. We just want to do something a little bit fun, all right? And there was a few moments where I got a little sus, all right? So did this guy, all right?
One time.
You held back one time too, so I'm going to count 2, all right?
All right.
There were some suspect moments, but it was fun, all right? It was fun for us. We hope you had fun too. This has been your boy Pete. Bernie.
What's up, guys?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Don't eat too much. Get the NBA games in the day before and day after. Let us know what you're thinking. Hit that like and subscribe button. Peace.
Peace.